Good morning, everybody. This is Micah back here from Solar States, and we're going to talk about monitoring. And this is a really important question because how else are you going to know if your solar array is working? I mean, one way you could know is if there's sparks flying off of it, but generally that's a sign of it not working. So the best way to know if it really is working is to look at your online monitoring. Here we have the online monitoring for SolarEdge. It's a great system. Enphase does a very similar thing. So if you have microinverters instead of a SolarEdge system, you can use that as well. They're all very similar. This particular system has a battery in addition to the solar. So you'll see some battery information here as well. And this is live. You may have just seen the numbers change. This is live information for this morning. So what you're getting here is how much solar power is available right now, 3.6 kilowatts. What the state of charge of the battery is, it's 41% charged, and it's getting 2.8 kilowatts of charge right now. What the house needs to run, which is 0.83 kW, most likely because nobody's home, because we're during the day, people are out at work. Even though it's COVID, they may be using very little energy at the house. And then how much the grid is feeding to it and how much the solar is feeding to it. Now this particular system is set up to use very little from the grid unless absolutely necessary. And we'll go into that down here. So here's a chart from the previous day that shows you how this particular system is set up. This one is set up for what's known as self-consumption. With self-consumption, it essentially acts like an off-grid system for as long as it possibly can. And it uses the solar to fill up the battery, and when the battery gets full, it stops and just meets the load of the house. That's because in this particular location, we can't backfeed the grid. So here you have various colors on the chart, and you can get a live, as you scroll through the chart, a live feed of exactly what's doing what. So here, overnight on November 15th, the battery is powering all of the loads in the house, the base load. And you can see on the graph below, the battery slowly decreasing in charge. And then as the daytime comes, let's see, this is 7:30 a.m. Look at this, the solar starts pumping up, and that's this green area here. So you can see that the solar and battery are still covering the loads from the house, but now the battery's getting charged. So you see this line going up down here, and the battery state of charge keeps going up and up and up. Okay, throughout the day, the solar works, boom, you're meeting the demand, and then any place where you see the excess green, that's where the battery is charging up. Then we had some spikes later in the day, the battery goes down, and then overnight, the battery sort of goes down to 20% charge, which the client wanted us to cut off the battery at 20% because he wanted to save some of the battery just in case there's a power outage. So here, this little red area is the amount of grid power that was consumed. So this gives you a really dynamic look at how both a battery system and solar work in the house. Then you can look at this weekly, and you can look at it monthly as well. So you see these charts of red being consumed from the grid, blue being battery power, green being solar energy, and then the line down here you can see you've got the charge, the state of charge of the battery. Now why did the battery stay low all this week? Well, it was a pretty rainy week, not nice weather out, bad solar stuff, so the battery did not charge. And then you can also look at this by month. Get lots of great information. And so this is a quick overview. Again, you can see your solar production month by month, and as you would expect, it goes down as you go into the winter. What I really, really love about this stuff is you get to see your environmental benefits. CO2 emissions saved, equivalent trees planted, and so forth. That's a real basic overview of how monitoring works. It's really powerful. You get lots of great information, and we love that clients can see exactly how their solar arrays are working. Lastly, you can see the output of every single solar panel in your solar array. So you can see information like this. This is an east-west facing system, so you're going to see different power per solar module here, or solar panel. So this is completely normal output for this particular system, and then the inverter tells you how much the system in total has produced on the day. So that's a quick overview of monitoring. Again, it puts the power of seeing what is happening with your solar array right in your hands. You don't have to look at this just on a computer. There's an app for that. So, all right, this is Micah again with Solar States. Have a great day, everybody.